Alright, so I wanted to make a video to go over the review so we don't need to spend too much class time going over this. So let's go ahead and begin. So this first one is talking about safety. It says, match the safety equipment on the left to its use on the right. So we've got a pair of gloves, a pair of safety goggles, and an apron. It says, when working with chemicals like vinegar, acid, or lemon juice. So which one of these is one that we use when working with those chemicals? Well, they could all be used. So let's look at the other phrases here. When you're going to work with things that might splash on your clothes. So clothing, we know an apron. It says clothes, we're working with an apron. When you might have to touch something hot, like taking temperature readings. So if you're going to be touching something hot, you need to use a pair of gloves. So that means the first one is our goggles here. So now in this next part it says fill in the blank identifying each substance as a metal, nonmetal, or metalloid based on its properties. So it says sulfur is yellow, dull, and a poor conductor. It is a nonmetal. Silicon is a shiny semiconductor. It is a metalloid. All semiconductors are metalloids. Carbon is gray, dull, brittle, and an insulator is a nonmetal. Copper is shiny, malleable, ductile, a good conductor. It's a metal. So the next section down says match the property with its definition. Allows heat and electricity to pass through slowly. If it allows it to pass through but only slowly, that's going to be a semiconductor. It's got the ability to conduct, but it just does so poorly. Allows heat and electricity to pass through quickly. Now that's a conductor. Does not allow heat or electricity to pass through easily. That would be an insulator. Can be drawn into a wire, used in electrical cords. Ductility is what that is talking about. Breaks easily. That's brittle. And can be flattened into a sheet or bar used to make coins. That is malleable. So now the last question on this page. The metals, nonmetals, and metalloids are represented by different colors. Complete the key to identify each one. So one thing we want to remember about metals is that metals make up most of the elements. So you can see that for the most part they're colored black here. So the black color is our metals. Then this color is talking about these ones on this staircase. The staircase elements are metalloids. And then the elements on the right side here are our nonmetals. So now the next question here says, answer the following questions based on the information located in the chart below. Calculate the density of each box and grid it into the gridables below. So it says calculate the density. That means we need to write our formula. So that's density equals mass divided by volume. In every density question we need to write that. So for box A, density equals mass divided by volume. Our mass, it says, is 20 grams. Our volume is 5 centimeters cubed. So 20 divided by 5, that ends up being 4 grams per centimeter cubed. So to grid that in, we put our 4 in the ones column, and we bubble in that 4. Now B, density equals mass divided by volume. We have 45 grams divided by 10 centimeters cubed, which ends up being 4.5 grams per centimeter cube. So 4.5, 4, grid in 5. So letter C here, density equals mass divided by volume. 100 grams divided by 20 centimeters cubed. And 100 divided by 20 is 5 grams per centimeter cubed. So we grid that in. And then the last one here, density equals mass divided by volume. 115 grams divided by 25 centimeters cubed, which this one will need to do some long division. 115 divided by 25. 25 goes into 115 4 times. We add a decimal and a 0. And since we added our decimal here, we need to add our decimal up there. Bring this 0 down. 25 goes into 150 6 times. So we get our answer is 4.6 grams per centimeter cubed. So we grid that in 4.6. So now number 9 says list the boxes in order of density from least to most dense. So the least dense is box A, then it's B, then D, and then C. So the next question down says which box is most dense? C. And which box is least dense? That's A. Alright, so moving on to the next part down. This is still talking about density. So it says blank is the amount of matter in a substance. Well, that's mass. Blank is the amount of space an object takes up. That's volume. And blank is the amount of matter found in a certain volume of a substance. That's density. And number 15 here says density equals mass divided by volume. And then the formula for that is density equals mass divided by volume. So that's what we need to write on every single density problem so we can make sure we get it right.